Hey guys, on Tyler's Box and Breathe, today we're going to be going over wrapping our hands, why wrapping our hands is important in boxing, how it protects our hands, and how I personally like to wrap my hands. So let's go ahead and get started. The reason that wrapping our hands in boxing is so important is because all these knuckles, the bones in your knuckles here, are so fragile that when you learn to punch with power, it's very easy to break them. There's actually a famous fracture called a boxer's fracture, and it's when you break your primary knuckle. What happens is you hit on that knuckle and there's nothing supporting it, and your hand just can't handle it. So when we wrap between each knuckle joint, and by doing so, we both create padding for the knuckles, and each wrap between the joints supports those individualized joints. There's multiple ways you can do this, but I like to start with a couple wraps around my wrist, then a couple of wraps around my knuckles, and then I go straight into the pinky and work my way around from there. Once that's done, I usually will do one wrap on my thumb, and then I finish it off by creating more padding around my wrist to support my wrist, and more padding around my knuckles to both hold those joints in place and create a little bit of extra cushion for when I punch. And then we finish off with a quick Velcro snap. Feel solid, and that's it. So, same as the other hand, I'm gonna take the loop around my pinky, around the palm of my hand, and the first two wraps are to protect my knuckles. And then I go over the back of my hand to create a wrap around my wrist. I go around twice, around my thumb to support. And now I'm gonna start wrapping between each knuckle joint again to create that support. It's really important to keep your hands wide because as you wrap, you're gonna tighten down on your knuckles and you don't want to cut off circulation. So you keep your fingers nice and spread apart each revolution. Because as you pull tight, you're gonna pull your hand together. So you wanna prevent that. There's a little bit of stretch in a boxing wrap too. So when you let go, you're gonna create a little bit of tension. There we go. Feel solid.